Welcome guys, and today we are reading some D&D horror stories that I have found on the subreddit D&D Horror Stories. Let's get into it. The first story comes from Pat the Patchy. DM, character, what his schlong looks like, ... This post details my first escapade into D&D, how wild it is that I still love the game as much as I do despite the very strange start. This story details game, I, male, took part in high school, alongside 5 of my friends at the time. 3 guys, DM, Bard, and Rogue, and 2 girls, who I believe were playing a wizard and possibly a sorcerer. It's been so long I don't remember. The story mostly contains a DM, Bard, and Rogue. As I said, it was my first foray into everything, and that included character creation. I was given no guidance other than D&D Beyond will tell you everything you need to know. Ooh, that sucks. I learned later that, oh boy, does it not. I decided to play as a ghoul dragonborn because that sounded cool. And I made a monk because I thought that being a pious wanderer might be an interesting idea. We were supposed to make characters beforehand using point buy and just jump right into things. We were supposed to make characters beforehand using point buy and just jump right into things. I wish I had a character sheet because man was it unoptimized. We're talking con as a dump start, low dex, and a wisdom. Wow, for a monk that's crazy. High intelligence and charisma, middling strength. Essentially the worst. Yep. I mean, that is crazy. The DM looks at it, says, that's really bad. And doesn't let me change anything. What? Fine, I can deal with it. There are other better party members. That is crazy, man. What the hell? We do the classic thing. Meet in a tavern, fight some goblins, get some coin, do more fights. That's awesome. It's at a time I realize that my character is lacking in the stats it needs. So when the DM tells me I find a ring that gives me a +1 to wisdom, I'm super pumped. This is exactly what I needed. Yeah, you really did. Imagine my surprise when Rogue asked to steal it from me. No. And the DM allows it. I lose the ring. Oh my god. Later, my character noticed the ring is missing and spies the Rogue has it. I confront Rogue, who passes it to Bard. Again, allowed by the DM. At this point, I'm getting fed up with these shenanigans of these people who are messing about just to be rude. So I swing at the Rogue in-game, obviously. I hope so. This starts inter-party combat, where everyone dogpiles on my character, annihilating him over something that, presumably, the DM had created to help me out. Fine. I know enough about D&D to know that I would most likely make a new character who can be more optimized. Oh gosh, this DM sounds... Yikes. Okay. I spent the 2 next sessions as a sort of Force ghost. Okay, we're thinking Obi-Wan and Yoda, or... Able to see and hear the party, with limited communications, but unable to interact with the larger world or any NPCs we came across, okay? Eventually, we came to an area that allows me to be resurrected. Finally, I think, I can get back to playing the game as normal. Maybe I can get the ring back, or maybe someone will apologize for killing me. What happens next is probably what you all came to read. The DM describes my resurrection, and then asks what I do. I tell him that I would go over to the Rogue, ask him for an apology for killing me. But you don't have any clothes on, the DM says. Oh, gosh. Now, I am not one to talk about how bringing someone back from the dead works, or as to why or how I should have my gear, but I figured I would at least be modest and not in the nude. Fine. My character runs off and looks for clothes to protect his modesty. The DM has re-roll an investigation to see if I find any clothes. And I get lucky with a high roll. Awesome. Bad wisdom, remember? Okay. So I start putting clothes on when Bard asks, would we have seen his penis? Oh, when he is brought back? You said he didn't have any clothes on. To which I was stunned. I reply, I would have covered myself up as I went to look for clothes, I guess. Rogue then asks to stealth to see if he can, quote, sneak a peek. Oh my god. It is at this point myself and the rest of the party are deeply uncomfortable with the conversation. Yep, I would be too. It is clear that the DM, Bard, and Rogue are enjoying it though. Oh my gosh, why? The DM allows it. Rogue rolls, and it's low. Woo! I'm safe. That passes. The DM says, he gets a good look. Describe what Rogue sees. What does Monk's penis look like? Oh gosh. I don't answer and try to move as long. The DM asks it again. I refuse. The DM tells the rogue, it's whatever you like then. What in the actual? To which we then get to hear an in detailed description from Rogue of what my penis looks like. The session ends pretty soon after that, and that was the last time I ever played with that group. Oh my. As bad as that was, I still like the idea of D&D. Oh, that's super good though. I got very lucky that I met people later who have helped me both play and learn to DM games. But yeah, that's all for now. May the wind be in your sails and the stars shine above. Wow, that is wild. Why, DM, what the hell? Rogue, what the hell? I'm surprised like no one else said like, dude, like stop it. Right, let's read the comments to this subreddit post. From Professional Yard 239. That, my friend, is an excellent example of what a bad DM is like. Yeah, I would have left without even waiting for the session to the end. I'm glad you found a good group to play with. Wow. Well, not only a bad DM, players targeting another player sounds like bad players. Yeah, I agree to that. The players, the DM really did suck at the situation. From Jack's throwaway Reddit, those guys sound like total dicks. Can you describe them? Oh, that is brilliant. Best comment as well. That is fantastic. That is the best comment ever. Okay, moving on. This next story is by Shizu Izane. I feel like I'm getting punked. Just a rant. I enjoy my game until the DM had a chat with me. I might be that guy. So I'm not really a vocal player in my D&D campaign on Sundays. I show up. I was playing my wizard for the longest time. She's no longer with the group for a different role-playing reason. And I swapped to a happy-go-lucky Dragonborn fighter. Someone who is a lot more one-dimensional and straightforward. I screwed up a bit on his introduction, but the DM retconned it in favour of the party not disliking my character, which is what I want. I want my fighter to be a pseudo-party pet that helps out. As I said, the rest of the session goes pretty normally. We are following the monk's story about reclaiming his clan from his father, and 2 outsiders that have subjugated the clan as well. Me being a pretty quiet person when it comes to this group, I don't do much other than declare attacks, and then I swing my big acidic greatsword. The session ends, and everything seems fine. I'm happy, the party's happy, and I presume the players and DM are happy. A few days later, I'm messaged by the DM, asking me about story stuff, and what my wizard is doing in the meantime. We are still playing her. She just needed a break from the party, and I don't want to take away from the table time doing that. That is good, that is really good. Out of the blue, my DM says the comment that they would appreciate it. If I could put in more effort into my roleplay, and that I don't suck at the written stuff, and that whenever I do talk, that I have the personality of a wet sponge. Caught off guard. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for that. Caught off guard, I explain why I'm quiet in the Discord most of the time. Wow, that's crazy. I try talking, but others talk over me, so I generally stay quiet until I'm called out on. And whenever nobody's talking, I feel like I'm pretty decent at my prompts and responses. I may be a little flat in delivery, but I enjoy my roleplay. I'm perfectly fine with taking a backseat and not doing much story-wise in the campaign. I enjoy listening to the other players talk about what their characters are doing, and I'm having fun listening. See, the thing with this is my view on it. Roleplay is, you don't have to roleplay all the time. Like, I know it is a roleplay game, but I guess this is what you have the conversation in session 0 on, like, what you kind of expect from each other and from, obviously, the DM themselves, roleplay-wise. And if someone isn't comfortable with roleplaying, that likes to take a backseat, then, I mean, this kind of needs to be discussed in session 0, but you just can't expect your players to be these roleplay geniuses and actors, actresses, or whatever. Like, everyone's just people having fun. You don't have to be very good at roleplay. You just got to be work as a team and roleplay when you are comfortable at it. Like, it's not that serious. Anyway, they finish off by saying, I don't know, just needed to rant, might post part 2 about yesterday's session, might not. At this point, I'm kind of feeling put off by the thought of D&D. Oh, I might just check if there's a part 2 after I read the comments. The first comment is by GGJamesCZ. Hey, I get where you're coming from. It sounds like you enjoy playing quietly and being a passive participant, which is totally fine. If you're up for it, maybe have a chat with your DM and explain that you prefer taking a back seat and listen to others. That is a good show. The conversation and communication is best. You could also try adding small details to your character actions or thoughts to show more personality without changing your playstyle. At the end of the day, D&D is about having fun. Exactly what I said. And if this style works for you, that's what matters most. Don't let one tough experience make you doubt your approach. I do apologize, I might be butchering these names, but the next one is by Das Hex Shen. I'm one of those players that might accidentally talk over someone, and I take my screen time. In one group, we had a very shy girl that claimed she always got talked over, even by the GM. The solution was that I worked towards speaking directly to her character more often, like pulling her into the spotlight because I had the presence not to get interrupted on stage. It worked for a time. Turns out this girl couldn't be bothered to play a group compatible character or actually add much roleplay. I had to kick her off my own campaign a year later for playing a quiet, useless, raging bitch. I can't explain it in a nicer way. What? That is, wow. Okay. Moving on, but it still worked pulling her on stage like that. You might ask a player with whose character it makes sense. Ask for your input. Patronizing you or doing basically any interactions that you pull into the mind's eye of the others. Don't fret, on Discord it really is hard to coordinate that at the table. Wow, someone a raging bitch is hilarious. I mean, it's terrible. You shouldn't really call in anyone that, but that is, yes. Moving on. This next story is by Alistair Seren. It was all an illusion. Oh no, I already see this coming. I don't like it. Oh god. This took place a few years ago, and I don't know if the DM meant for that session to go the way it did. Oh, but it basically ended the campaign on the spot. Okay, that's crazy. Important characters: DM, Fighter, who is me, and Rogue. Our party received a tip that an important town had been overrun by the undead. Of course, we went to investigate and saw the tip was seemingly true. We enter the town and start trying to sneak our way past large numbers of undead. Only our rogue rolled decent, so of course we were spotted and initiative was rolled. The very first group of undead we fight has 3 bodaks, a couple of ghasts, and a few zombies for good measure. Not great for us, but winnable if we play smart and use our surroundings to our advantage. Me and Rogue immediately duck into a nearby hut. 15 by 15 on the inside. I specify before stepping into the hut that I want to look inside to check if anything is in there. DM says I don't see anything. The interior is dark and my character has dark vision. This will become important in a second. Oh gosh. I don't like, yeah, DMs hate dark vision for some reason. Like, they think, oh, just say it's magical darkness. And you can't see in there. They're crazy. My fighter was really focused, but my character discerned the undead and had some dangerous abilities if they get close. So he wasn't about to let himself get surrounded and destroyed by those gas and bodaks. That's a good strategy. The party is struggling to put these bulky undead, and we finally start making some headway. When we, out of nowhere, the DM says there is now a Nightwalker in the hut with me and Rogue. A Nightwalker? You mean a CR... What? A CR20 creature that destroys us when it goes... What? Why would they add that in there? Yeah, apparently my character didn't see it because it became invisible in total darkness. But that failed to take into account the creature won't be able to physically fit into that hut. Oh gosh. Would they be completely invisible in total darkness if someone can see in the dark? I guess they wouldn't because they're not. I don't know how that would work. I don't know. I guess that's DM's discretion. I don't know. A Nightwalker, you mean, yeah, a CR20 monster. Crazy. Yeah, apparently my character didn't see it. Suffice to say, me and Rogue both die and have our souls destroyed. DM. And DM ends the session. I asked the DM what exactly we were supposed to do to avoid death there. His response, oh, it's all an illusion. It's a random item. at the center of the city, generating an illusion over the whole place. The illusion was not hinted at in or out of character in any way. Our characters had no way to know that this was an illusion. This left me and Rogue more a bit disgruntled, and I'd be lying if I said we didn't have a hand in the campaign ending. But yeah, rant over. Okay, a few thoughts. I mean, at least you're not dead. At least it was an illusion. At least it wasn't like fighting the big bad and blah blah blah. The whole thing was an illusion. I guess I don't know. He probably did have this in plan in the first place or something. That it does seem like he was trying to kill you on purpose, so you find out it was all an illusion of some sort. But yeah, let's see what everyone else thinks in the comments section. Okay, the first comment is off Morgasa Monstrum. But did you die? Question mark. No, really, were your characters dead, or was the illusion making them somehow think they were dead? A comment by Shadow SLH. That's the first thing I thought, like, you lose an unwinnable fight, literally unwinnable for that level. To an enemy you only think is real, realize that you actually didn't die, then investigate why there are illusions, who's trying to keep people away from town, etc. But if the illusion actually killed your characters, then that's bullshit. Yeah, now I need to know if they actually died. I thought the illusion ended and you weren't dead. Okay. Just my thought, this is all hand-wavy bullshit by the DM. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yo, so oh my god, the OP replied to this. All the damage, in quotation marks, we perceived as coming from the undead necrotic, bludgeoning, whatever, was translated in the same amount of psychic damage. So yeah, dead, oh my gosh. Dead, and no healers on standby. That is crazy. So what? So illusion or not, you got killed by a crazy sea monster, and it literally didn't matter what you did, if the illusion was there or not. Like, well, that is crazy. Let me read another comment. I need to read more comments. Another comment by Nabil Waldfee. Wow, these names I cannot correctly pronounce. Well, what was rogues in your character level? Yeah, I want to know that. Like, CR20 is crazy for you to be like low level. I don't know, like whatever level, it just feels like you were probably most likely completely destroyed. But yeah, sounds like your DM just wanted to kill you. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Damn it, there's not many other comments to read. I should have been waiting for an update on this. I need to know more. This is crazy. Okay, moving on. This one is by Bwaken or Bwacken. DM kills my character for no reason. Oh, I already know this is going to be just an awful one right now. This story happened a couple of years ago. Basically, it was me and I think 3 or 4 other friends. Typically, I would DM, and after my campaign fizzled out for whatever reason, one of my players wanted to try DMing. I helped him set up a campaign. The time comes for him to start DMing the campaign. I helped him build. I think we started at level 1 or 2. I was playing the Tiefling Bard. The other players were, I think, a Druid, a Barbarian, and an Artificer. After a couple of sessions, it was going pretty smooth. We were having a good time. At one point, I had to miss a session, but was cool with them continuing without me. The next session, I was there, and I joined back with a party before we went into the dungeon. We went into the dungeon, and we were going through it like normal. Just some puzzles, but before our first combat, the DM decided to tell me that since I was rusty after missing a session, what? Oh no. I had disadvantage on every roll in combat. That is crazy. That annoyed me. It would annoy me too. But I just went with it. Okay, that is good. I had taken some damage, but I figured I'd be fine because I usually play backline support. Yes. Very, very squishy. Eventually, we approach a big door. I decide to enter the room and suddenly get attacked by a big bird? Okay. It takes me down to 1 hit point. The rest of the party makes their way in to try and help me. But DM decides that, despite my teammates wanting to protect me and attacking the bird, the DM decides that the bird continues to attack me. No. Oh my gosh. Obviously downing me. Yeah, that would. I'm a little baffled at the decision, but it's whatever. So I just started to roll my saving throws on my turns. But DM says the bird continues to attack me. That is like pretty much insta-kill. Because it hates you. So it hits me again. That's what, 2 death saves? And I don't know if this is the real rule, but he said that it's automatic 2 failed death saves. Yes, I think it's advantage And then if it hits, it's an automatically crit, and then it's 2 death saves. If it's obviously a 5 feet melee. I had succeeded my first death save, and I succeeded the next one after the attack, so I was hoping to hold out for more than 1 round to survive. But for some reason, this bird takes a legendary action. Legendary action at level 1 and 2? What? Despite this not even being a boss. Oh my god, what? Not meaning to be a tough encounter, just a creature, just a big bird in a dungeon with for level 1 and 2s that has a legendary action. That is wild. Yeah. Wow. Just a creature in the dungeon. And it kills me. Yep, I presume so. For this, I would hope, understandably. Pisses me off. Yes, that is understandable, mate. Because there is no reason a DM should fish for a kill. Yeah, he looks like he really wanted to kill you. I was just stuck spectating afterwards, and I sat there for upward for an hour. Ah! After that session, I was barely invested in my character or the story because the DM set the precedent he could just kill me out of the blue and remove my story for the rest of the campaign. I think the campaign ended fine, but I just had zero agency for the rest of the campaign. Ah, that is wild. Yeah, it seems like it seems like he just wanted you gone, giving you disadvantage, and then the bird just literally attacking you non-stop, giving it a legendary action so he could finish you off. He obviously realized that you had 2 successful saves, so he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna add a legendary action so I can make sure you are gonzo. Wow, let's read the comments. Let's see what the Redditors think. Oh, the first one's a good one. By Upset Pay 7578. What, did he sleep with his wife or something? My best guess was mad at me for missing a session. Wow, that's really suck. It did seem like he was mad at you. I haven't talked to the guy in like a year. Separate reasons, so I don't think Rangers is at the stars anytime soon. That is crazy. Let me read more comments. By Bamf 1701. Yeah, this DM is an immature child. Yeah. If the DM had a problem with you missing a game, they should have talked to you about it like an adult. You don't punish people in game for real life issues. Exactly. Lol, not to mention I missed what was little more than a shopping episode. Lol. A friend of mine, this is by Outside Wrangler 968. A friend of mine and I joined a D&D group, and we could tell the DM immediately hated my friend. As the DM starts off the story and campaign, he does some weird bullshit where the group is ambushed and my friend's character is killed before the game technically even starts. Oh, this is... oh, gosh. And he just looks at my friends and grins. Oh, I love the DM smile. My friend and I just looked at each other, got up, collected our stuff, told him the rumors we heard about him to be all true, and then left. Blocked the guy and never looked back. That is a fantastic response. Oh, that is a brilliant response. Bam said the same. Wow, that is crazy. Crazy! Let's move on! This is by Emily Excellence. Oh, I love that name. Emily Excellence. The one where DM throws everyone's backstory in a blender. Oh no, fuck this DM already. Remember that one DM that went on a power trip and bent the rules? No. To nerf and kill his party with a lich? Oh no. The auto-death out of combat and 2 characters dead by round 1, turn 1. The whole table quit. Check my profile, story posted a week and a change ago. Whoa! Okay, we get 2 bonus ones. Okay, let me go back and check this story first before I read this one. Okay, 1 second.
3 hours later.
Okay, I found it. Cheating DM fed a lich to a low-level party. The whole table quit. Oh, I'm so excited for this bonus one. I sent this story a while back to a TTRPG YouTuber who enjoyed it. Hopefully you all do too. A couple years back, my main circle of friends, more than a decade, 7 including me, were about 12 levels deep in a campaign that had been on the rocks for a while. This was our second campaign together. First was with a different master, the fighter in the story, and was run on a different weeknight immaculately. Intriguing conflict, intense planning, creative combat. We were really into it. And the jealousy from DM was palpable. Oh gosh. There had already been issues in the past several levels surrounding the DM's ego, a willingness to bend rules to serve only himself. But as a group of genuine best friends, we were willing to let most of it slide until this session. Long story short, DM had been gearing us up to fight a BBEG from Fighter's backstory. A thug lord that had taken his daughters captive in response to mercenary work done in Fighter's past. BBEG had already tortured Fighter for several hours and killed Fighter's brother just a couple of sessions prior. We had scrounged up what we thought was a suitable bargaining piece to avoid combat, but DM seemed pretty ready to rumble, so we got started. For context, BBEG was in the center of a courtyard, surrounded by a wall topped with archers. Here are a few of the worst offenses. Number 1. Instead of letting Fighter hold combat with his own BBEG and help save his own children, DM began combat by cutting Fight his throat and killing him instantly. Yo, what? He had just decided this full session length encounter and watched from the sideline. Initiative was rolled. BBEG first, a surprise to literally no one. He's revealed to be a reskin lich with all the same properties and more HP. Wow. So let me get this straight. You did this, you included the backstory for the Fighter and made the BBEG connected to the background of the Fighter, and then said, fuck you, Fighter, and killed the Fighter. But this is his, like, backstory. Like, whoa, why? That's crazy. Number 2, auto-stun the rogue, me. Admittedly, I had a high damage output, so it's at least understandable. Rogue then takes several arrows, gets Finger of Death, no, and is down and out in round 1. I guess DM wanted fight to be particularly intense. This is way more than intense. And decided to kill both Fighter and Rogue instead of plan more complex combat. That is wild, man. Number 3. Monk's turn. She tries to scale the wall and start plucking off some archers. Totally normal monk activity at level 12, right? I mean, yeah, I guess that was probably what a monk would do. Think again. The DM has monk roll for it despite the ability being written into her class. She rolls really high. And DM still says no. Why? Why did the DM still say no? Power trip. Of course, it's a power trip. He does a pinch of unsatisfying damage and turn ends. Oh, DM, come on. Number 4. Ranger casts an AoE damage spell. DM insists it's out of range to hit most foes. It isn't, but oh well. Another unsatisfying turn. I'm presuming this isn't on a battle map then, if it's like out of range. He's just kind of making it up in his head. Number 5, Cleric. Another pass DM. Cast Sanctuary on herself. Oh, I love that spell, especially in, I used it in Baldur's Gate a lot. BBEG tries to counterspell, but it is out of range. We had to argue and measure several times over it. DM gives it in, but he's pissed. He's up next. Wait, so you are using battle maps? And he said that the AoE was out of range. Number 6, BBEG makes a multi-attack on Barbarian, and DM tries to include a pretty brutal spell. Yeah, multi-attack does not include spells usually. But I guess monster stats do have different kind of stats, and they probably can do that in some monster stats. And I guess if you're a DM and kind of homebrewing it, possibly they could do that. Fighter notices and messages DM covertly to remind him that no multi-attacks do not include spells. DM reads the message quietly, then proclaims out loud his response. I don't care what the rules say. I mean, this is controversial, but I do sort of agree with it. Sort of, because monster stats, yes, are different, and they're not exactly what the same as characters, PCs. They do have different stats. I guess the DM could do kind of whatever he wanted to do with that. So I do apologize. I do kind of agree with the DM on this. Then proclaims out loud as a response, I don't care what the rules say. BBG casts a spell anyway. Yes, some buddies can in fact cast spells with a multi-attack, but not typically. Okay, so he kind of agrees there, but not typically like this. By the end of a long and exhausting evening, we were all angry. Yes, I did. Yeah, you should be angry with a lot of that. 2 of us were dead in the first round, bro. In the first round. Folks were crying, and we were nowhere near end of combat. DM claimed we'd finish combat next session and called it a night. Not only was there no sessions the following week, but after several long arguments with no budging from DM, he pulled out of the friend group entirely and cut almost all ties. This is what you should like. Continue the story with like another DM, or one of you ends up being a DM. That would be awesome. Edit. We sat him down and told him we were quitting the game. And then he quit the friend group. Okay. So you told him yeah, okay. You was like, nah, I'm out. That's good. That's good that it came from you first. But this story has a happy ending. Way! Cut to a couple of years later, we're now a few levels into our third campaign together, run by the cleric, and couldn't be happier. Lots of complex dungeon designs, awesome. Strict respect to the rules, even more awesome. And thrilling, challenging combat out the wazoo. We even picked up Cleric's brother as another player and have become a stronger group with every passing. Okay, let me read a couple of comments before I move to the kind of update to it. Okay, by Hatu. Ew. Clearly DM on a power trip. Yep, totally agree. He's definitely on a power trip. No idea what's up with people like this. By Zaynora. Yeah, that's it. You don't start a combat like that without plans to bring them back mid-battle or something. It's just a power trip to hurt people. Another comment by D3 Masked. DM is clearly competitive. Yeah, I could see that. And saw themselves as the opponent to the party as opposed to the storyteller, who's supposed to be crafting a narrative to uplift the other players, leading to satisfying moments and hopefully an appreciated ending to the campaign. Yeah, I am totally in agreement with that. Like, a DM isn't against the players. Like, they are literally just there to play the enemies, not to go out and try and kill them as best as they can, or like with whatever they can make up and come up with. Just crazy altogether. Okay, I'm really excited to get to this, to the update. Okay, so the update goes, I'm lucky to still be best friends forever with every other member of that nightmare campaign. And we still get together to play every week. Oh, that is so wholesome to hear. We talked about it some more. And the treasure trove of bullshit we experienced just needs to be explained. We made it 12 levels with this guy. I can't believe you made it that far if he is like that. And it was a struggle all the way down. Damn, it took you that long to realize. His big issues were threefold. Essentially scrubbing the most exciting parts of each character's backstory, probably to make us focus on his cool guys, more planning almost nothing including combat, and was overall a glutton for enacting punishment. Let's talk about it. Starting with the backstory scrubbing, the rogue and her cleric sister, only background character besides her parents, the villain who's the only reason they're on the road at all, supposedly died mere hours after they left home. Fighter, R.I.P. King, we hardly knew you. Oh, bless that fighter, damn. Was a dad guy. His daughters were kidnapped and turned evil. And we already know he never got to fight the guy who took them. Oh my gosh. His throat was cut and he died instantly. No saves, no last words, no sign of revival. Yeah, that is crazy. Barbarian deserted her military platoon years ago and spent the whole campaign looking for signs they still lived. We met two of them for 5 minutes. One was a doorman, one was a servant. Barbarian tried so hard to make a character central for DM's plot. The theme was a war with demonkind. Hence a platoon. It was such an easy in. We were so confused that it never came up. Oh DM. Ranger walked around with what he'd thought a rote into his character was an incredibly important magic heirloom sword connected to his Monster Hunter backstory. He talked about it often, and he even roleplayed that it had a strong arcane presence. Surprise! Oh god, I just read this bit. It's a fake! And the real one was stolen and scattered around the country. This is pretty much only other example of any tangible relationship between our backstories and the plot. I kind of like that one a little bit. Sort of, just a tiny little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Monk had a sick undead dragon for a father figure in her home monastery. We also only talked to him for 5 minutes before he was immediately killed. Dude, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? The whole monastery was destroyed that day as well. Why wouldn't you know? The DM's cool guys. Wow, this DM, he wants to just kill everyone. We have so much from the wild story. I could take any questions or comments to them directly. We game on Tuesdays. Yeah, thank you so much for this. This has made my day. This is hilarious. Let's read some of the comments on this update. One comment says by the cracked Palantir, such a complete disrespect for players' backgrounds would drive me crazy. I agree. The cool guy's tendency is just another boring abuse of GM power. My little brother did this all the time with his NPCs. My eyes still roll back in my head, remembering those sessions. Another person who writes, don't write a backstory, I'm already writing this book. Yep, the DM probably. This was a trip to read. I'm surprised you guys stuck with the DM for as long as you did. Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, get to 12th level takes a very long time. That is crazy. Crazy. Well, so I guess thank you so much for sticking around and listening to these absolutely wild D&D horror stories. I am Seven Dice, and thank you so much for being here. This is my first ever video to post. I love D&D horror stories so much. I watch them consistently all over. But I feel like there just needs to be more of these videos out there because they are just awesome. And I'm definitely gonna read a lot more of these in the future. So stick around, subscribe, like, comment if you like the video. If you have any feedback on this audio or the video itself, yeah, comment below. That would be definitely awesome for me. Thank you so much. And